We have another hour to go. Short topic on where the mind is coming from. We talked about the mind is a system. Who gave us the mind? Where it's coming from? I know God gave us everything, but that's not the answer now. How? Any guess that how we have the mind? Where it's coming from? It's the most important part, right? In our body, or at least in a human being, just not the body. But where is it coming from? Where is the sources? How it's created? And is it everyone they have the same mind? Right? We talked about the personal data like 2 meetings before, right? 2 or 3 weeks ago. When we're talking, experiencing personal stuff. But now I want to go back one further. We said, okay, we talked about mind is a system and also is the personal data. The personal data is depend my experiences. But now I want to go one step back and say, okay, where the mind is coming from, where the system started. Is it the same mind I have, and like cats and dogs, they have the same mind? Is it like, I don't know, this glass of tea, is it this glass has mind too? What about the trees? What about the other creatures? Is it the mind? Where the mind is coming from? How that's possible? Some stuff, some system in the mind, for sure you know it's the same. Like act and react. My mind is acting and reacting. Duality is in everyone's mind. No mind can be out of duality, right? Everyone thinking of talking, thinking, everything is start like duality. But the source of the mind is a very good question. Let's start very, very important I would say a concept, right, or methodology, I don't know. I am sitting here, relaxed. Now, a needle goes to my finger. A few cells here are screaming here, right? Like pain. Now, what's happening to my mind? My mind gets agitated, scream, talks. Now, a few cells with the pain can affect my mind, right? Now, if at the same time I have another problem like a stomach or something else, then it would increase the problem, right? Okay. Then I would say my mind is getting lots of signal from all parts of my bodies, which is billions cells. And each cell, they have their own feeling. Like my finger might be happy, or a cell even might be happy, or might be like suffering from something or pain. Then it affects my mind. Then, is it true if I say that my mind is all my body? Because the body, whatever happened in my body, my mind reacts. I say, yes, body is one part of the mind. Because everything talks to mind. But mind is not limited to the body. Because sometimes you feel relaxed and sitting here, and then you think of, why Joel told me this? Or why, like Chris or Marefat have told me that? Then I got angry. Now, once I get angry, nothing happened in the body, right? The mind itself got angry. Now, when my mind gets angry, then what would be the result in the body? In the body, the body gets like, the body reacts. The right away, all my blood goes to different hormones, right? The anger. I want to just start fighting. Everything change. Okay. Then it's very simple if I say, the body affect mind, the mind affect body. Right? Mind and body are kind of affecting each other. They have their own influences on each other, both sides. But the mind has more power. Like hypnosis. If you see the hypnosis, you understand the body, the mind has more. Like I've seen, there was like 10 years ago, or maybe more, I don't remember, it was just like, I was a new migrant here, probably it was like 2008 or 9. There was a show in Perth in the city about the hypnosis. And it was a funny show. And I went there, and something was very interesting. The main speaker, the teacher, or the hypnotist there, called like, I don't know, 20 people. Just randomly said, 20 people I want here. And then he did a few things, and then a few people got more effect, and a few people didn't got hypnotized. It was like a first test. And then he said, okay, 10 guys go there, 10 guys stay here. That 10 guys, they were more like ready to be hypnosis, right? And then I cannot believe that what happened to that 10 guys there. It was, he told the first person, I'll tell you just a few scenes. It was just a comedy hypnosis. He said, you are a woman. The man was like a big man with a mustache and beard. Said, okay, yeah, I am. Right? He just accepted that. And then he told, and then at the end of the show, there was lots of paper, just like a teasers or, I don't know, advertisement paper. It was just all rubbish. Then he put it on the ground. And he told the woman, they are 100, each one is $100 bill. And the man, like a big man, he took the monies and he put him into his breast. He just put them there and hide them there, and then he said, you can go. He was hiding it. He was hiding the paper in his breast, and he was leaving. I cannot believe that, what he did to them. And it was very funny. I said, wow, how a person can do that? How much mind is strong? The other example I've seen, I'm pretty sure no one can do that. He told a person, he told one of them that you are a chicken, right? And he was just doing like this, and then he was walking like that. He believed that he was a chicken. And the other things I was very surprised was, which body cannot even do that, was he told the person, you are a piece of wood. And that person believed that he is a wood. And then he put 2-3 people got the guy and put it between 2 chairs, like leg on one side and then head on one side. And the face was up. And then, usually you cannot do that, even like a minute. And then he told the other guy, go and wait on his tummy. And the guy went and stood there. He was just not moving at all. I couldn't believe that muscle can do that. Because when I came home, I said, even a muscle can do that? I tried. It was not even, I couldn't even keep myself with no weight for 30 seconds. But he didn't move when a person, another 70-kilo person, went on top of the other guy. But he believed he was wood. Right. You have seen, probably, if you search in internet, you would see lots of funny stuff. And it's unbelievable how someone can do it. Now, if someone else can do the hypnosis, that's fine. Now, what if ourselves? If we can tell our mind to body does something to the body like this, that's strong. Yeah, that's the funny things. That the body affecting the mind a lot, but the mind has more power than body. Even can control the body. right? That's very interesting subject. Body is important, mind is important, which both is important. If you don't have part of the body, then mind cannot do that. But that's a crazy part is happening in spirituality. Which we should know both is important. We talk about that more in future. Both is important, both is affecting each other. The body has a system, mind has its own system, but mind has more power on everything else in the whole earth. But let's see now where mind is coming from. If we are working in a, I just remember something, the body by itself cannot cry, cannot laugh, right? Only mind can. The body doesn't know what is laugh, right? Maybe tingling, that might be, but cannot cry. But the mind can affect the body to cry, sad, happy, right? The body is just a vehicle of expressing the mind, isn't it? Okay. Now let's see what these things are. First of all, now if you see me as a whole is Reza, but as a unity I'm Reza, right? You can call me Reza and say, okay, this is one person. But am I really one person? Say no. I have my hand, I have my blood, I have my skin. Any of this part does something. And even like my skin does something, my blood doesn't, or opposite. Every part of the body is doing something else. And sometimes they're cooperating, sometimes they're not. But in the total, still I am Reza. Now, the Reza is the wholeness, right? If everything happy, working with Reza, then Reza is got like holy. Holy means that I want to sit here, right? I can't sit here. But sometimes I want to sit here, then something in my mind says, that's boring, let's leave. Saying, no, just sit there. I want to sit here. So, my back, or my leg. Always something is against me, or not in harmony with me. Holy means someone which is whole. It's whole together, all together, what? Whole together is doing something. Then I'm saying, okay, I'm here with all my power, with all my presence. There is no complaining. I just want to be here right now. When all my power, physically and mentally and emotionally are here, I'm called present, right? So I'm here. But I'm here and I'm thinking, wow, my child what is this doing now? He might not, is in any danger, or, what should I do with my bill? Then emotional is not here. Mental is not here, right? They are all part of this, we just call it like mind, the total mind. Now, let's go back to the first step of the topic. Now, I want to talk about if I'm happy, my body is happy, is my body happy, I'm happy. Let's see as a government and people, right? It's a very interesting part of the government and people. Governments are sitting there, right, and commanding people. They do command, if they do their own job well, then the people are happy. But if the people are not happy for any reason and object government, right, the government should send the police, and then the problems start between a government and people. We are like exactly government people. We are the government ourselves, the consciousness. We have to govern our people, ourselves, and mind, emotions, and everything. And everything else is in us is people, right? People of our country. Now, that is the reason that we have to be careful for everything we have inside. Cells, mind, everything in our mind, every part is a people in my country. And the most holiness is my body. Not just my body, my human being, which is my mind and everything. My mind should be holy. My mind should be sacred. My mind, everything in my mind should be clear, thought, nice, not harming anyone, not anything bad. The whole thing, we call this a temple, right? Isn't it a temple? It's our own temple. And we should respect that. Now, different mythology, country, Reza, consciousness, temple, all is me. And we should just consider all of these ones. Now, if a cell in my body, right now, every second or, I don't know, minute, there are a few new cells is growing and coming to this body, right? And a few cells dying, right? Now, just right now, a cell came to this world here right now in my hand. And what do you think would be his culture? He just born right now, and I'm in the class, and I'm in the good mood, right? The culture, she or he would be a spirituality cell, right? Because he said, okay, I'm just born in the class. Okay, now I'm fighting and I'm angry or complaining or something negative in my mind. Now, a cell is just born. He was just born in not good environment, right? Okay. Every second in our body, cells are coming, and some cells are going, die and birth every second. If I'm a happy person, in general, every new cell are happy with the new culture. And now imagine like a very, very good country. People always are now angry, and they don't have enough money, they're suffering. If a person born there, he's in the environment that everyone look for money, food, anger. And the culture of that person is not very good, right? That person, like 10, 20 years later, he would be a probably angry person. Now, at the same time, if someone like born in Australia, better country, everything good, at least he's relaxed. He doesn't look for food. He doesn't think that, where should I get food, right? If someone born in Australia, never they thought about finding food. They don't feel that much hunger, so okay, we go Woolworths and buy. My mother, father, they always go and buy there. There's no problem with that. Some in Africa, they always have their mind like that, right? Now, any person in this world, when it comes to this world, it depends on the environment, it changes. Okay. That's the very important part. Every second, we have new cells in our body. Just if you're a happy person, you would have new happy cells. All right? If you're angry 12 hours a day, you would give birth to millions of cells in the anger environment. Then you have to wait for them to die. And then next cells, when they're born, if you meditate and just be happy, all right? The happiness of anyone, is depend on the birth of happiness of the whole cells. The whole cells is part of the mind. Now, that's very simple subject. Now, what about us and Earth? The Earth is a kind of, we are part of like a cell of the Earth, right? Isn't it? We are cells. Each one of us are one cell for Earth. If you're happy, Earth is happy. It's like Mother Earth. That's the reason they call it Mother Earth. The Indian people, I guess, or lots of other culture even, they call it Mother Earth because it's our mother, or our father. I don't know. They said why mother. Could be father, but usually mother is better. The Mother Earth gives birth to us. We are a cell. Each one of us are a cell of this Earth. And that's important that as a cell, we should do our best. That's just for ourselves. That's the best we can do. In body, there is a contradiction a lot. Like, imagine there is a cell in my skin, and cell in my blood, and cell in my bones, and I don't know, tendons, and everywhere. Each cell, that cell look at the other cell and said, what are you doing, Chris? You should do, like, get sun, be a vitamin D. Said, no, I just need to move these hormones, like, it's like blood cell, I'm the skin cell. We're doing different things. But when we cooperate, when we are in love, I'm saying, oh, Chris, what do you do? Oh, your blood, you're just moving stuff. Oh, good job. I'm just the skin. I'm just getting like sun, and I do this. When in cooperation, it's getting the holiness, right? It's getting, then the Reza or the owner of that things is more happy. He says, okay, everyone cooperating to each other. Cooperation is the key for Earth. But you see now there is no cooperation. That's, if there is a heaven, you would expect everyone cooperate with everyone. That would be called heaven, right? I don't think we need anything else in Earth to make a heaven. Isn't it? The whole thing we need on Earth is cooperation. If we cooperate everyone to each other, like 7 billion people to each other, they're just like brother and sister, then there is heaven there. We don't need to do anything to go to heaven. We can make the heaven here. That's kind of, you don't feel here in this temple, here right now in this house. You don't feel that cooperation, love, right? You feel better compared to to somewhere that there is no cooperation. Right now, we just sit here. They all doing their kalla pache, that's the food they're making. Then we can go and eat, right? That's cooperation. They said, oh, they are a student. They have to like learn. Oh, we'll be free. We just make them food. It just, cooperation makes everything smooth and nice. The cooperation helps move the energy. I move the good energy, give it to you, my smile, my help, my love, and then you give it to Chris, I'll just go to Zoal, and just, it might come back to me. Now, that concept of heaven, it's very interesting. We talk later. But the most important key to be in a heaven or hell is just cooperation, conflict. Even in myself. Just if I am in the good mood, I'm saying, okay, I want to go to swimming pool. Then I'm thinking, but my body doesn't even wake up from the bed. Now I'm saying, I want something, my body doesn't help me. That's contradiction. But I'm saying, I want to go. My body said, okay, let's go. That's cooperation. Now, they all are the senses that go back to the cells, the mind, the holiness, and everything. If a person have that unity and then living in heaven, however, could be in Iran or Africa or Australia, or it doesn't matter where, that person is in the heaven internally, right? Okay. Keep that subject in the mind and think when you are this week, just observe yourself when you are in heaven with this subject. Like, don't mix it up with the heaven, they're talking a Quran or Bible, right? It's a status, it's a state. Think when you are in heaven, when you are in hell, right? Angry, when you're angry and yelling, you're in hell, right there. When you're happy and you love, you express love, you're in heaven, right? You want to say something?
Would you say if I'm in peaceful state, I would be in heaven? Yeah.
Yeah, peaceful. Okay, good. Peaceful. Joy, happiness, peaceful, peace, all states of different layer of the heaven. And then different layer of the hell is jealousy. I'm just jealous. Why you have, I don't know, watch, I don't have. Then it's not a good mood. It's not a good state. The jealousy, the gluttony, I don't know, everything, you know, the negative and positive. I want you to, for this week practice, just give me a simple practice, right? Just observe yourself. When you are in hell, when you are in heaven. And then we talk about the layer, different layer in hell or heaven. But why this one is good? Because sometimes as a person, we always have different type of energy in us. Like a vehicle. Right now, there is a good energy in me, then I'm expressing smile, laugh, help, love, right? But sometimes there is not good energy in me, then I'm angry, complaining, any negative thoughts. And now, it's look like I'm a vehicle, and there is lots of energy in me coming and going, and I'm expressing them. That would be the not good state if any bad energy coming in me and just I'm yelling, and then tomorrow I'm having good energy and I'm doing good. Part of me should be responsible to change that or to fix that and decide or create even good energy in myself. Why I'm in hell. But I'll give you the practice, just observe. Observe when I'm in the good mood, when I'm in the bad mood, or heaven or hell. Let me just tell you a story, very funny story. There was I had a friend, both in my company I was working a few years back, and he was new migrant. I was very old one compared to him. Then I was working for that company like 5 years. I knew everyone. He was new. His salary was not much because he was a student and he was part-time. And for him, when he came to the company, he was grateful. I brought him to that company, like 20, he was a student, he could have 20 hours work there. He was grateful, he was very happy that we gave him the job. But the salary was not that much, which it was saving his life, right? 6 months later, we were working in IT, we had access to see the salary of everyone else. I never checked that anyone. I knew as soon as if I see how much Chris is getting, then I would start comparing myself Say, okay, oh, he's getting more than me or less than me, or why I'm getting, if I'm more, then I'm happy, if it's less. And then one day he said that, oh, we can see the salaries. I said, yeah. He said, oh, that guy is taking, that guy's salary is like 100 per hour. I said, shut up. He said, but I want to know. I said, okay, just don't tell me. And one sentence was, I was getting like $60 per hour, and that guy says 100, and I just smashed my head with, wow, I'm getting less than him that much. Said, okay, shut up, I don't want to know. And I recommend you to not check that. That's not even fair, that's not ethic. You see, people, we have access, but we shouldn't check. The next day he couldn't, and he went and checked everyone's salary. What do you think it happened to him? He left the company. He left the company after 1 month because he was angry with everyone. Then his tone was changed. He was, he had to be like, he was appreciating the company gave him the job and opportunity. It saved him. But then he was comparing himself with everyone, and then make a hell for himself. Just curiosity, right, the negative one. A jealousy started, and then pride, and then anger, and everything. And then he went to the hell. And then he lost his job. Because then he was talking to everyone angry. In a month, he had so distanced with everyone, and everyone didn't like him anymore. Because he was like, was rude. And no one knew what was happening to him. I knew what was happening. I said, okay, I told you to not check the salaries. That's not fair. And for me, it took 48 hours to fix that hit, why the person is getting $100, I'm getting $60, right? Then I said, okay, first of all, Reza, you should be happy. You're getting very high salary compared to a migrant came to Australia, and you just have a like engineer like this and that, and you're just losing your like all this being grateful to a person is getting, and that person has this and that, and even if it's not, but he was the niece of the owner of company too. And it doesn't matter if it was my uncle, he was giving me maybe the same salary, even if I was not working. I didn't know exactly what he was doing. I mean, what was his job? It was a different field. But I knew him. And I changed my attitude, and I came back to normal, and then it was just, everything was fixed. But it took me 48 hours to fix myself, because it was a string just taking me down to hell. And I said, no, I'm not going hell. I want to appreciate. I want to thank this company. Give me the opportunity, the job and everything. Even that guy which getting high salary, and his uncle especially that created this company, this opportunity. I want to be grateful. I want to be grateful. And 48 hours, I was happy, and then the guy went to hell. A very simple event. Now, I want you guys to know when you are in hell, when you are in heaven, and what can take you to heaven, what can take you to hell? Like this story, all right? And if you would be conscious, like your wife or your husband is coming and telling you something which hits you right away, if you be conscious and control that, then you don't go to the hell. At least you go one level down and then you come up. You just don't go 7 layers down to the hell and then you stay there. And then you drag your wife or husband to there too. Right? So you go there and then you start yelling and screaming and everything. Now, that's called the art of life, the art of happiness, the art of peace, the art of mind. That's like an art, isn't it? It's a wisdom. Wisdom of how I can be living in heaven. And now, that would be for you guys to watch that state every time and see when you go up, when you're going down. If a boss says something you don't like, then what would happen? If, I don't know, someone says something nice, like if I'm saying that, how handsome you are, right? Or tell a girl how beautiful you are. And the person says, oh yeah, I'm going to heaven now. I mean, now I want you to watch that when you are in hell, when you are in heaven. Why that would be good, we talk about next week, right? But the homework is that one. Now, you happy to continue? A bit tired. Continue? Okay. I'll go one more subject then. A small one. I'll go back to the... I promise to not be this lecture much, but I'm trying. Now, I'll just give you a simple subject, short and summary, and I want you to reflect, and then we continue next week. I'm saying if anyone born in Earth, because the Mother Earth gives us the life, whatever we have, it's from Earth. The Earth should have it too, because it's like my cell is born now, right now. It's from me. It's not something unusual, right? It's just part of me. It should have some element which I have. It's my son. It's like an inheritance, right? Even when we are born here, we should inherit the Earth, because Earth is our mother. Earth is giving us birth, and he kills us too. Now, if I have mind, shouldn't the Earth have mind? Should have something. Should have something which I have. If I have a happiness or sadness or any feelings, the Earth should have feelings. That goes to a very interesting subject. Let's go see, instead of see what we have, find it in Earth, let's go see what Earth has. And we try to find it in ourselves. It would be easier. The detail, I'll go next week. I'm not here next week, in 2 weeks, right? We talk about next week too, at the end of class. If you're happy to continue with someone else, or we cancel one class, we can. Now, this 4 elements there is in Earth, which is very, very fundamental. Like, we see air. Just here, the air, right? We see water. We see, what else? Fire. What else? Last one? Air? No. Earth, yeah. Earth, I'll just write them down here. I'll write in this shape. Water and fire and air. The 4 main elements here on Earth is these 4, isn't it? Okay. Where is my fire? Where is my air? Earth, water. First, let's find these 4 in our body. Our body should have something similar to these ones at least. Okay, let's find out air. Where is air in our body? Breath, lungs, it's just air. It's work with air. It cannot work with no air. If you don't air, it doesn't work. Even in Earth, if there is no air, nothing can work. Nothing can be alive. Just go all there We are the same. Every second, just 1 minute, stop breathing 1 minute, then it's just done, right? Then we have air. Now, where is water? In the whole body. Whole body is, I don't remember the exact percentage, I think 70 something part of the body is water, they say. And also 70 something percent of earth is water on the surface, right? It's almost similar. Okay, then we have water. In ourselves, we have the water. Where is, the earth is pretty clear. Just you see the mud here, the bones, muscles, the body. Yeah. Where is the fire? Actually, guess.
I would just say it's the emotions.
Okay, good. In the body, the blood. We go there, but for now, just the body itself, the physical part of the body. We have lungs, right? The oxygen. The oxygen goes to the blood. The blood is everywhere. And then water everywhere. And then the earth. Now, from top to bottom is air, fire, water, earth. Let's have a look at the reality here. How these elements are working. Water can turn off the fire. Air can make more fire, can help fire. Every element, there is some brother and sister. Some is conflict, in opposite. One is helping. I just don't go to detail. I'll let you to think about that more. But the fire is very simple to see. Now, earth. Water, it just grows everything on earth. Help earth. Fire, it just make everything disappear. It just ruin the earth. It just, what? Destroy, yeah, destroy the earth. Both are essential. It's just like something, fire is killing earth, and then water is fecundated or helping to grow. Nurturing, yeah. It's all of them are like that. Now, we are made of this 4 elements. Very, very simple element in us. Now, we talked about number 1, which is the unity. Then we talked about number 2, which is the duality. We didn't talk about number 3. Now we're going directly to number 4. We'll talk about number 3 later. We should go from 1 to 10, actually, to finish the lesson. But the 4 element is what we have right now. Now tell me, just by this much information you have, which element in you is more strong or more, which element you have more in your body? You have earth and air. Okay, Chris?
Water. No, I have all 4, but water and earth is more.
Water and earth, okay? You don't know yet. Okay. Let's go talk about the next layer. At the same time which we have in our body, now we have the different layer, the 4 layer of in our body too. First of all, earth is the dense, very dense, right? It's just solid. Then you go to the water, it's a bit subtle, right? It's not that dense. Then you go to the fire, it's less dense, even you don't see what it is. Then you go to the air, even there is no air, you cannot see, right? It's just different layer, you go. Is there anything more subtle than air that we cannot see? Yeah, possibly, but for now, at least we know there is air. Maybe, I don't know, a few thousand years back, we didn't know there is air, but now we know there is air, oxygen, everything in the air. Now, each element has some characteristic. For example, the water is, the most thing you remember from the water, isn't it flexibility? The water is flexible. It just, you put in anything, it would be that shape. Exactly the same as the shape. It doesn't object, it just says, okay, glass, I don't know, carpet, everywhere. I can go everywhere. The fire is, when the fire is enough, it just boldly go. It just courage, right? Also anger. It just like the characteristic of fire is someone gets fiery. Very quickly, he gets from here to anger. Like you have enough, right? But you have water enough. You're very flexible with everything and everyone. You get angry too, I know, but yeah. But earth doesn't move. It's not moving easily. Fire moves, water moves, air moves very quickly, all the time moving, right? But earth doesn't move. But if earth moves, then it doesn't stop. Right? Anything on earth when it moves, just like it doesn't stop. It has stability. Earth has grounding, stability. It has a stability. The earth is stable, right? You see, some people are stable. You can count on them because you're stable. If you say so, you wouldn't change your mind, for example. It's stable, some people. If someone is air, it's not stable. It changes his mood. Says, oh, this one, oh, no, that one, or maybe that one. Right? It changes the mind. We go through to this subject more next week, right? That was just a short one. Each one has one characteristic. Now, earth, when we're talking about only body, we talked about 4 elements in the body. But at the same time, we have the same layer, just dense to subtle. We have the whole body, imagine if it's earth, because when you go to the body, to earth, isn't it air inside the earth? There is. Isn't it water inside the earth? There is. Is it fire or warmness into the earth? There is. Right? Even one element, earth, has that 3 elements inside. Each element, they would have from the other element inside too. Like when you go water, there is humidity in the air. Then there is water in the air. In fire is a bit hard to explain, or maybe I don't know enough. It's too complicated to example the fire, that how like water is in fire or air is in fire, that's fine, but water, I don't know exactly. I might go to the more technical, chemical, find out what is exactly fire, because I don't know what is fire. One time I said there is no fire, and I just put my hand into the fire and then it burned. But there was no fire. I moved my hand and it was just going left and right. Anyway, the warmness is the fire on earth, then each element has a bit of the other element because they have kind of, they have relationship to each other, right? They have related to each other. Now, let's go. Then our body is earth, the whole body is earth, which we just said that there is fire, water, air in the earth. Now, if I'm earth and I have these 4 elements in me, now what would be the water itself, the fire itself, and the air itself? Now, that would be the 3 layer on top of earth. The subtle version is what we call the energy. The energy is the water. Right? Symbolically, when we're talking about the water, we're talking about the energy layer of the earth. And most energy in earth is in the water. Water can move everything. Water is moving the whole, like vitamins, I don't know, everything. Everything goes through the water from everywhere. And if you see, it's like water and fire there is an earth, it's just water moves everything from everywhere to everywhere, from the sea to the sky and to the earth, moving everything and growing everything. And at the same time, fire is just helping that. But fire would be the warmness, fire could be even the sun. Now, that's all 3 together, it's working and helping earth. Now, I have earth, which is whole my body, and everything is earth. And then I have my energy. Energy, movement, every movement in me is the water. In me, the energy, or everything, the energy called water. The fire called emotion. You said it right. The emotion is fire. But the fire it's not just anger fire, it has a good fire and bad fire. Like the fire has like purple or red or yellow, different fire, right? And the fire, like when you see the prophet, they have fire, right? But their fire is light. Version of the fire, right? That's called like light. Or even if you see in Muslim people, they have something in the pictures on their head. They have light. They're talking about the light. The fire is not anger, it's light, but it's the same thing. Fire, right? That's a high version of fire, that's a low version of fire. And at the same time, we have air. What would be the air then? The mind. The mind is fire. Air. Everything is in air. The whole thing is inside the air. Everything is inside my head. Not really. Not that head. It's in my mind. My mind is around my body. And or it's the higher version or subtle version of me. That's called air. Now, we talk next week about the detail. For example, then if I have air, okay, what creature I have in my air? Right? For example, do you have pigeon in your air? Or do you have vulture? Yep, the vulture, yeah. Vulture is the negative one. Vulture is like destroying something. Pigeon is not destroying anyone. Isn't a thought in my mind would be equivalent to a bird in my mind, in the earth? That's a creature of the mind. That's a creature of the earth. Air, sorry. Right? Each element, they have creatures. But when we go to water, we might have shark. We might have goldfish is good. Now I was looking for the jellyfish, yeah. It's very nice, but it just bites you right away. Right? Stings you, yeah, exactly. Jellyfish it stings you. It's very nice. You see, it's very sight. Yeah, it's like jellyfish is like. Even if we take it as like energy, I'm just saying, I'm teasing someone. Right? When my board is teasing someone, and it's a bit like rude, or I'm just trying to destroy with the teasing, it's just like a jellyfish, right? Sometimes I'm like a shark, and just attack, right? It just see that this is the methodology of whatever is outside is inside. But now the type is different because I'm only one cell. The whole earth is larger or bigger or more mother if there is billions of cells or creatures of, I don't know, like why we have even bird, why we have this much animal, this many animal, or this people or different countries. All it's very confusing. That's the reason because I'm not an only child. I am child between 7 billion people, that's only people. Now, if we count on the whole animals and every creature in the earth, that would be billions of creatures, and I'm only just one of them. Right? Now, next week we continue this topic, and then at the end we get back to where is mind coming. Right? How mind, the system works. Who created the system? How system is created?